Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. I slept an hour and a half last night. All my internal organs feel like they're failing me, and I keep getting this really weird, like, cold feeling at the back of my throat. I'm probably fine, but, like, yeah, I'm really tired. But I got a packet from Walmart, and you know what Walmart has right now on their website? The reproduction Monster High dolls, so I was originally gonna milk this. I was gonna like make like a video unboxing the two that I actually bought, but I decided that that is stupid. I don't care. We're just gonna review Draculaura in this video. I'm gonna slice open the package. I hope you saw my wonderful feet. You know, one time when I was like a literal child on this channel, someone actually commented about my feet in a video. Yeah, that was fucking gross. Alright. The box is open. Fuck. Ah, just, like, leaned on that. Yes! Look at them go! We have Clawdeen! We have Clawdeen! She a little wonky? A little bit, but it's okay. These dolls are probably not gonna hit stores near me for, like, a month. 2 months. And here is Miss Draculaura, who is the focus of this video. I think she looks pretty good. Got a good face here. So, yeah. Got the CREEPRODUCTIONs. All of them are currently available on Walmart's website. I just only bought the two that I was the most interested in. Frankie and Laguna I'm totally okay with waiting on, so with that, let's get into reviewing and comparing Draculaura, because I have her 2010 doll. So for this review, there's two main comparisons that I want to see, and it is the new Draculaura versus, of course, the original from 2010, and the Couture Draculaura, because this, aside from the CREEPRODUCTION, is the most recently produced Draculaura. So, can you stand on your stand? It fell off. Just lay there, I don't know. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is this is the most recently produced Draculaura, aside from the CREEPRODUCTION, so I want to see what has changed from 2010 to now. I know this Draculaura might look a little off. Some of you think her bangs look weird. I bought her this way. I got her on eBay for like $7 back in 2015. So, if she looks weird, blame the person I bought her from, I guess. But yeah, this is a 2010 Draculaura. She has elastic joints to prove it. And with that, let's start the review of... Oh, there's text on the top of the box. Ready to sink my fangs into some drama. I think that's new. It just used to be clear plastic up here. I think I'm gonna save the box comparisons for my Clawdeen review, just because I have a 2010 Clawdeen to compare the CREEPRODUCTION Clawdeen's box to. So, yeah, this video is just gonna focus on the dolls and comparing them. It really is bugging me how wonked out she was. The whole point of getting her was that she wouldn't be wonky. Alright, this is a good angle. So from here we can see that it says BOORIGINAL CREEPRODUCTION. She has her pet count fabulous, she has her diary, and there is international text on these. All of these boxes have multiple languages on them. So these dolls will be released internationally, guys. They're only in the US first because Mattel is a United States-based company. Sorry. I always feel so bad when you guys are in the comments like, oh, we never get anything over here. I'm like, I am sorry for being an American. I genuinely feel so bad that these companies are so awful at, like, distribution. So this is something a lot of people were talking about, these tapes. On the front, it says Jaundice Bros Mix, which is their version of the Jonas Brothers. We turn the box around, and it says Monster High, as well as having the little illustration of Draculaura on the side, just like the original boxes did. But the main thing that I've seen people discussing is this tape down here that puts an emphasis on the 26th of May, which is World Dracula Day. It's feeding into the theory that we're going to be getting a Skeletor Dracula doll for that day, and I think that would be pretty cool if it did happen. I don't know what this thing is, but here you can see her code. I don't know what this thing is though. Seguranza. It's probably not Spanish. I shouldn't be saying it with a Spanish accent. But the other CREEPRODUCTIONs available are those four, and why are you falling? You have no reason to fall. Your box is fine. Why? You're not on anything. Just stand. Stay. Okay. Meet the frighteningly fashionable teenage children of the world's most famous monsters. We, of course, have all of her information. Oh my god, this is back before she was 1600. Oh, that's crazy. Did you guys know that Count Fabulous is like a 100-year-old man turned into like a bat or something, like 1,000-year-old man? And she just kind of, you know, dresses him up like this. That man's like a whole villain. He's like, this is his villain arc. I don't actually remember where I heard that, but I think it's true. I'm rambling a lot. It's because I like Monster High, and reviewing one of these dolls again feels insane. So I guess there's not much left to do from here but unbox her. So let's do it. She's got that new doll smell, and by that I mean she smells like something I can't identify. So here is everything. I think her face is a little wonky. I guess that's to be expected. When you order online, it's probably best to find these dolls in the store. I'm almost having second thoughts about unboxing her, but I want to do the full comparison, so I don't mind it. If I want another one to keep in the box, I'll just buy another one to keep in the box. Because at $25, these dolls are very affordable, so that's nice. I have her original diary, so I guess we could do a diary comparison as well. Volume 1,599 3/4. Alright, you're a nerd. You count the quarters? I haven't done that since I was like 5. I forgot how I usually do this. Right away, her stand is a darker color than her original. It's a much lighter pink, so that's just one minor thing. Unless this is the original color, and I've had her on the wrong stand this entire time. What do I knows? Alright, so unboxing a Draculaura was pretty nostalgic, like ripping off her head from the back of the thing. I missed that feeling, just like ripping dolls out of the box. It's fun, especially when it's a brand like Monster High. Holding her in my hand definitely feels like surreal, because when I got into Monster High, these dolls were already off the shelves. I was collecting around the time when Scarus had just hit the shelves. I was lucky to find my basic Rebecca in the box. I found her at some random like secondhand store. Not secondhand, you know, like a department store, kind of like TJ Maxx, but it's only in like Florida. It's called Bell's Outlet. Yeah. So I don't remember if her earrings ever had that little silver dot. I guess we'll see that while we're comparing. Her bangs are pretty well done as well. Very even, you know? But obviously we'll have more comparisons to make, like in a couple seconds. I just need to finish getting everything out. Oh, you're standing. Thank you for your cooperation. I've never owned Count Fabulous, so it's pretty cool to finally get my hands on him. Very rubbery. When I was a child, I would have definitely put this in my mouth. So here's Draculaura out of the box. I made the mistake of trying to brush her hair and I made it a little messy. So there is some, like, gel in the hair, mostly in the bangs to keep the style. Not so much the back of the hair, but she does have box hair, fresh out of the box, because, you know, that's how dolls be. They get the box hair. Everything feels like it's made of similar materials, but there are a couple things where you can definitely tell it's a different material. Like the mesh material they used on her sleeves and on her leggings feels different. Even the buttons on her shirt look different, you know? Obviously, it's going to be that way because the original ghouls were produced 10 years ago, so it's unlikely that the exact same fabrics would be available, I'm assuming. So that's probably what happened. Plus, I was always kind of hoping they would kind of make it look more like it does in the show. That has a more shiny look to it than this. I don't know. Just something I've always noticed. Overall, I don't feel like there's too much to go over on her own without comparing, so I think we should start the comparisons. Right off the bat, there are the glaring differences of the material used on the mesh, like I said, because there are much more, I'm going to use this as a pointer again, there's much more like noticeable like holes in the mesh here, where it's more like fine here. I would say this actually looks more accurate to the box art that I was talking about. I feel like the earrings are different. Or, yeah, they don't really look like they have that silver part like they do here. The silver feels more noticeable on the reproduction than it does here. I don't see silver on her earrings at all on the original. Another noticeable difference is the fact that Draculaura has become much more pink. Like, her skin tone has changed, become much more pink compared to the original, who has a more muted color to her skin. This might just be an issue with my Draculaura, but I feel like the streaks are much more, like visible here. Where here it just kind of looks like the pink is, like, hiding underneath the black. I feel like that might come from the fact that my doll has the glue washed out of her bangs, and this one's bangs are factory glued. Of course, that could just come down to the rooting as well. But once again, very minor difference. There's also major differences to the screening. I don't really know how to describe them, but I feel like the difference is pretty night and day. Like, there's no way you would mistake this doll for a 2010 one, but at the same time, it's still very high quality. I was right about the buttons as well. They're more white here, and they have a bit more of a, like, shiny, shimmery, almost opalescent look here. Kind of like, it's very minor. I'm not, like, pointing it out like it's a bad thing or anything. This doll also has a more rubbery feel to her hands, if that makes sense. Like, her hands feel like they're made of a much softer material compared to the hard plastic of this hand, for instance. So, that's another fun detail. Once again, I don't know if this is an issue exclusive to my Draculaura, but the white, like, lace underneath her skirt doesn't really show up, but here it's much more visible. Someone pointed out that I believe the skirts got longer for the new dolls, which is pretty cool. I always thought Draculaura's skirt was kind of short. Another thing is that the length of her leggings changed. It's most visible when you turn the doll around, so allow me to do that very quickly. So you can see where the leggings end on the original, and you can see that they go down past her boots on this doll. I appreciate that. I like that they're longer. I always thought it was kind of weird that they just kind of, like, stick out just above her boots. It's a nice change, definitely. I do want to compare their umbrellas very quickly just to see if anything changed majorly. And it seems not. Yeah, looks like they had access to the same mold. Yep, not many differences there. So these dolls are on equal ground, and there is not really a noticeable height difference, I feel like. I feel like she looks a tiny bit shorter, but I don't think she actually is. I don't know. It's like, I feel like there is a difference, but I don't know. I have them on carpet. In terms of comparisons to Haute Couture, I definitely feel like the Haute Couture screening kind of inspired the new one in a way. I feel like I see a lot of similarities between them, in a sense. They definitely used the same, like, pink color from the Haute Couture doll, because this doll was much more pink than the original. You can definitely see that she got more pink in these two new releases compared to this one. I think that's interesting. I like it. I like that change. I always thought it was weird how, like, muted her skin tone was, especially, like, compared to her artwork. Or, no. Maybe the original doll was more accurate to the artwork than this one is. All I know is that Draculaura certainly is the most popular Monster High character, which is why I reviewed her first. Views, bitches! I wish I had a Count Fabulous to compare this guy to, but I never got Count Fabulous. I actually didn't even get my Draculaura's umbrella until a couple years, like, later at the flea market, because my flea market guy had it, and he sold it to me for, like, 50 cents. So, that was cool of him. Can you hold your umbrella? Jesus Christ. Another big difference comes in the form of the bodies, because they have started using the reboot peg in the arm compared to the original peg, which was much thinner. You can also really see the skin tone difference here. Honestly, the most unfortunate thing about this peg change is that it's going to be more difficult to find replacement arms now. Because before, all the dolls used the same skinnier peg, but now that they have this thicker one, but they don't have reboot arms, they have the original skinnier arms. It's just going to be more difficult if, like, you find one of these reproduction dolls missing an arm at, like, a thrift store or something. You won't really be able to replace the arm as easily, because you'll have to get one with this peg. Because it's so much thicker that I feel like one of the thinner ones would just fall out. Plus the skin tone difference would be, like, really obvious. Another minor complaint I have is that her arms don't really go down further than this. I feel like I'm gonna break them if I try to force it. So It's not that much different from the original dolls. If anything, it kind of reminds me of the 20 Years Brats, where they kind of, like, their arms stuck out a little bit. But once again, it's super minor, not a big deal. Overall, this Draculaura is a really faithful reproduction. I think the best reproduction they ever did was 2013, but I really do like this one. It's leaps and bounds better than the 2015 one at the very least. Once again, I'm very confused about my Draculaura stand. Is it the wrong one? Have I had her on the wrong stand this whole time? I don't know. But, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I believe I've gone over everything I wanted to. And stay tuned for Clawdeen's review. She may be wonky, but I'm still gonna do it. Still gonna make it. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!